Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We're the Odds Couple. We come to you from SportsbookReview.com. Today is Tuesday. What is it? The 24th. The 24th. Yes. We are talking with Doug Upstone. This is our Top Dogs or False Favorites show that we do with Doug Upstone every week.
One game left.
I have no computer with me because I don't need it. Pats -3, total 58 or 58.5. And we're going to get Doug's take on the Super Bowl.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out.
What's that?
There's a happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños to our amigo, Doug Upstone, today. I think he's 45 or 46. But seriously, it's Doug's birthday, and I just wanted to put it out there to our viewers. It's a pleasure working with this guy. I am flattered and honored to work with him.
Yes.
So, Doug, happy birthday to you, my man. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Michael, and I appreciate the sentiment. Yes, it's I'm a big birthday guy, so that's good. And unfortunately, the candles there are too many candles on the cake these days. But hey, you go with what you got, you know.
Doug Upstone first.
Thank you, Dennis, for that little.
Doug Upstone, I hate to bring up some bad news on your birthday, but one more time, a handicap. And, you know, in your defense, every handicapper has fallen by the wayside when going head-to-head with Mike Brenner in the NFL this year, and it happened to you last week. Once again, you took the Packers, and Mike Brenner was all over who the hell they played?
They played Atlanta. They blew them out.
All over the Falcons, and Mike Brenner was right. What's your
it was a little
take
luck,
on that?
No.
Pete.
You know what? I mean, Mike has done a great job. Like I say, I to a certain degree, and in some situations, certainly not all. My hands were tied a little bit, especially when you talked about the playoffs. But during the regular season, Mike was right on to go with the favorites on my picks. Hey, congratulations! That's the way to get it done, and he did it.
Yeah, and Doug, I didn't bring that up, so I'm not gloating. I don't gloat, but I know one thing: I love it when we get that head-to-head. No matter who wins, the bottom line, one of us is taking the bookies' money, and that's most important. And again, a little luck never hurts. But you know what? Doing these videos, we get some great insight. It has definitely sharpened my tools. So I'm looking forward to next season as well. And with that being said, let's break down the big one, baby.
Right,
we might have one more head-to-head.
Doug Upstone, because of the name of the show is Top Dogs and False Faves, what are the reasons why someone would want to play on the Falcons here? Obviously, Matt Ryan being awesome is one of them, right?
Right, exactly. You know, Matt Ryan is the MVP of the NFL this year. I don't care what anybody says, you know, so you have that going. You know, and this thing is, you know, as good as their offense has been since all season, 34 points a game or 34-plus points a game, since they lost to Kansas City, they have averaged 39 points a game over the 6-game stretch. So they're on fire. Now, we know that the top priority of Bill Belichick is always to take away the opposing team's best weapon. Yep. In this case, it's going to be Julio Jones.
Yep.
And there's been teams have had some success this year in taking him away. But the thing that I'm looking at in this case is that Mohamed Sanu has really stepped up in those particular games where Jones was not the key factor and had huge games. So that's why, for example, when the prop bet numbers come out, I'm going to take a strong look at Sanu for a total to go over on receiving yards. Now,
interesting.
That being said, another key factor here for Atlanta is that during the regular season, 85 balls were caught by receivers Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. So you know that's going to be part of their game plan is to try to isolate these shifty running backs with a blocker out wide and try and get them to move the chains. And I think they will against New England and have some success. The other key aspect here is also the offensive line. If you noticed in the wins against Seattle and Green Bay, Matt Ryan was throwing from a clean pocket almost every time he went back to pass. If that happens again, I think that they can have a great deal of success in moving the ball against New England. Lastly, defense. The Atlanta defense, in this case, the whole key is getting at Tom Brady's feet and attacking him from the sides. If they're able to do that, there's no question Atlanta will have a very good chance to not only cover, but quite honestly, possibly win the game.
Wow.
What do you think,
Mike
Mike Brenner?
This is one of those games, and Doug, he just touched on so much stuff because I know that Bill Belichick is finding out how to stop Julio Jones, who last week played with a toe that looked like a frickin' golf ball, all right? But now he's got some time to rest. What concerns me is it's I think where the edge could be, because I'm still teetering here.
Yeah.
All right, because I've had a really good feel for both of these teams all year. They have both cashed for me, and I went against the grain most of the time, but I felt it. So you got a guy and I totally agree with Doug. Your MVP is Matt Ryan, no doubt about it. This kid shined. He proved that it wasn't a fluke. His success from the past, those 3 years, that team went through a lot of changes. Dan Quinn, when he beat Pete Carroll, all right, I'm telling you, that did just tons for his confidence. He now knows they're a Super Bowl caliber team, bottom line. And what's happened quietly in the playoffs, that defense has gotten better. They've gotten a hell of a lot better. They now believe in what he is selling, all right? But, again, you're going against the freaking beast of the beast, possibly of all time in the NFL. You have a guy that has a chip on his shoulder, I always say it, the size of Idaho. He can't wait, and he said it at the press conference, he can't wait to hopefully grab that trophy from Goodell and tell him, fuck you, in his own way, excuse my language, all right? But another factor, let's not forget, and I don't know how important this is, 4 games this guy did not play. His body's 4 games fresher. But Matt Ryan right now looks like he's 25 like Doug and I. And I'm telling you, Atlanta's clicking on all cylinders. They went in and had no fear against Green Bay. I felt it. I felt it was a double-digit win. This is one of the hardest games I've ever had to cap, Pete.
Really?
Ever. And I really think, yes.
But on Monday you were saying that you really had a pick that you were really liking.
I do. But I'm telling you,
right.
And I like the under. We got it at 58.5. I like that. I think you're going to see 2 defenses step up. I've also said, and so has Doug, this is a damn good defense New England has. So when you give any team 2 weeks, I'm going to take the experience and the angles and the edge of Belichick, okay? And I think that might prevail. Now, I'm not making it official because I'm waiting on some other reports because I'm telling you, Atlanta has no fear of this team either.
Sure.
All right? Playing in a very Atlanta-friendly type of stadium in Houston. That surface is going to be exactly what they play on in the Dome. I think this is going to be one for the ages. I think they will shut down Julio Jones, but guess what? On New England on the other side, that Kevin Hogan, number 15, you better look out for him. He is no fluke.
All right.
And that is once again proof that no matter where the weakness is for the Patriots, Bill Belichick plugs holes and makes somebody look like a freaking hero, and their career changes, their life changes. It happened again. So with that being said, this is one for the ages. I'm not going to go official except for that under that we did, but I'm telling you, there's so many factors into this, and I can't wait for this one to kick off.
All right. Well, I do believe that Doug, though, is going to go official with his official Super Bowl pick for us right now on Tuesday of the first week. Is that correct, Doug?
I am ready to go.
Okay, Doug, let's hear your pick and let's hear your rationale.
Okay, my belief is that Atlanta will have success moving the ball against New England, but I still think New England's the play. And here's why I think that. First of all, New England now has gone to a 3-3-5 defense. And that defense is perfectly situated to handle today's modern defenses. Because what they're able to do is that they can take 3 different safeties and plug them in at different positions depending on how teams play. So I think that's a huge factor. And the key is they will give up yards. They have given up yards, and they certainly will in this game, but they don't give up points. So Atlanta, you're going to see, I think, enough or certainly a lot of Matt Bryan, the Atlanta kicker, in this particular case. So the other thing that I look at is that of course, New England will also score points. And, you know, I'm kind of torn. I understand Mike's point, and I get even with some of the commentators talking about Atlanta's defense being better. And I'm not saying it's not, but it's a lot easier to play defense when your team goes up 14-0, 17-3, 21-0 in any game. Now you're able to dictate the pace. I don't think the Atlanta defense, I think it's better. I don't think it's that much better. So what I look for is that New England, with their offense, they're looking at Atlanta giving up 4.6 yards per carry, and I expect them to run the ball right at them. Then when Atlanta has to walk up a safety in order to do that, this is where Martellus Bennett, the tight end, and tight ends have killed Atlanta all year, and or the slot receiver, whatever side that tight end is coming up on, they're going to be like most McDonald's, open all night. Wow. I got New England winning by 6.
All right, Doug Upstone liking Pats -3. Doug Upstone, thanks so much for your analysis breakdown, as always.
Thank you, Doug.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.